I'd like to fight the big, strong, scary guy, Pujanauski over there.
Even though he lost?
Fight at heavyweight.
Yeah, are you planning on fighting at heavyweight or just that fight?
Well, just that fight. I mean, I'd take some other fights heavyweight. It'd be cool to win the middleweight belt and the light heavyweight belt and the heavyweight belt.
That would be pretty. That'd be a first, right? No one in any organization has ever done that before, right?
No one has officially done it. Dan Henderson kind of did because he beat Fedor at Strikeforce. But Fedor wasn't officially the champion then. Dan Henderson's the closest to doing it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Matt, what do you got going on outside of the gym? I know we were talking a little bit about stem cell research and how stoked you were about that. Can you tell us what you've been looking up and what you've been reading into?
Well, stem cell research could be like next level stuff. They can actually make 3D prints of embryonic stem cells now, which can grow into any kind of cells. It can help older horses with injuries that used to be race horses, potentially help older athletes stay younger and recover better, grow new organs for people that need them, and actually make 3D copies of organs or limbs for war veterans that lost their limbs. So it's amazing the knowledge and technology that's available this day and age. You can read about it on the internet. I follow a couple stem cell doctors on Twitter and stuff, and it's awesome to read what scientists are discovering on stem cells and the Large Hadron Collider in CERN. They're pretty sure they discovered the God particle, the Higgs particle that gives everything its mass and allows the universe to come out of the void into existence and for stars and galaxies to form. The beautiful multiverse family of adventure and dreams and limitless potential and hyperdimensions. I feel like Charles Xavier plugging into the cerebral machine on the internet, plugging into all the knowledge of the world, and it's like the worldwide open mic to share ideas and network.
That's awesome. How did you get into that? You know, I mean, what made you interested in that kind of stuff?
Well, it's in our nature to want to set the bar higher as human beings and shatter limits, and words like impossible and unrealistic were made to be shattered time and time again throughout history by dreamers and free spirits, and we all want to set the bar higher athletically and intellectually and artistically, and we've been inspired by superheroes since our primitive days when we were writing superhero stories on cave walls and gods and goddesses, to now when we go see the new Wolverine or Superman hero, to want to set the bar higher and be more superhero-like and tap into the love and limitless potential. It's a beautiful thing.
What do you think of society these days?
Well, I'd like to entertain the possibility that we could all become an evolved human race where we all live happily ever after and follow our dreams and give robots to do the jobs no one wants to do. I think free education would be more important than free medical, because the smarter people get and the more educated, the more good things can happen.
Are you disappointed with the way that kids are being brought up these days?
Well, I think a lot of the problem stems from people having kids that they're not ready to raise and teach honor and intelligence and education. And then the kids grow up to be idiots and do the same thing and have kids and not teach them honor and intelligence and education. And so that's where a lot of the problems stem from. And the more educated we can get, the more free education's available, the smarter people can get, and the more we can become an evolved human race in the beautiful multiverse family. So I don't see why Obama didn't do free education instead of free medical. But I guess maybe one concern is that the quality of the education could go down. But I think if teachers love educating people and want to make them smarter and share the knowledge, I don't think the quality's really going to go down. They're going to love what they're doing.
Sure. You're a father. What's the most important thing to you about being a father? I mean, what's the most important thing to relay to your kids?
That's actually funny. I'm not a father.
Oh, you're not a father. Excuse me. We'll edit that out. If you were to have a child, what would be the most important thing that you would relay?
Well, honor and intelligence, and that we all have limitless potential to be real-life superheroes like the X-Men and stuff we're inspired by, to become an evolved human race. And I think that's like the most important thing. I wish someone told me when I was that age that we all have limitless potential to learn everything we can and become more educated and intelligent and set the bar higher as human beings, athletically and artistically. Limits were made to be shattered. We shatter the records of the athletes the generation before, and then the kids, the next generation, shatter our records, whether it's sprints or MMA or science and discovering new things and the intelligence and education level. So if kids that age can get started on tapping into that, the next generation will be amazing.
Absolutely. You touched on X-Men. I gotta ask you, if Matt Horowich was an X-Men, would he be Professor X or would he be another X-Men?
I think I'd be really good at playing Sabretooth, Wolverine's brother, and they had like a parallel universe one that was pretty cool, where Sabretooth's the good guy and Wolverine's the bad guy, called Exiles. And like when Chris Claremont originally wrote Sabretooth, he was like Wolverine's dad, and he was stronger and quicker than Wolverine and wasn't really the bad guy. He just showed up to smack him around and rough him up. And Mr. Sinister made all the clones of Sabretooth, and then the new writers changed the storyline. But I would love to play Sabretooth or any of the Weapon X, X-Men. X-Men's my favorite storyline because we all have limitless potential to be real-life X-Men and become an evolved human race and set the bar higher as human beings, athletically, artistically, intellectually, scientifically.
That's awesome. It's awesome mindset. Yeah, it's beautiful. What are you doing artistically? You got anything going on?
I've been working really hard on playing classical guitar and creative writing about the beautiful multiverse and the interconnectedness of art and science and spirituality.
Is it something we'll ever be able to hear?
Yeah, I did part of one of my poems on the HDNet interview, and I got some more stuff I'm working on, and I've been playing classical guitar has been really helpful for my rounds, I think, because it's great exercise for the brain. It's such a big project to learn a classical song with all the different chords and notes and changes and progressions, and to hit the strings right and depend on the spirit of love and limitlessness and visualizing good things for the whales and dolphins and orphans to be able to flow good and hit the strings right. So it's a really great exercise mentally and spiritually.
What are you planning on doing after fighting? I'm curious.
Well, I was hoping I can get into acting like a lot of the fighters, and creative writing and classical guitar. I mean, I've always been more of an artist than a fighter, like Evan Tanner, I think. And so I think MMA hopefully will be a stepping stone for me to continue Evan Tanner's journey and grow as an artist and philosopher and adventurer, and surfing the infinitely accelerating current of limitless creativity and virtual particles popping in and out of existence, annihilating with their antimatter counterparticles, and stars and quasars and molecular structures.
Pretty entertaining stuff, man. Matt, is there anything you want to let us know before we let you go?
Just every day's a new day of adventure and limitless potential. We all have to follow our dreams and do great things and inspire each other and the beautiful multiverse family and become the real life X-Men. God bless and have a beautiful day.